Alrighty, folks. So it's been a minute since I've done a video, but in this particular video, I have gotten to the point where I am going to be mocking up the dash and the final two gauges of everything that I need to go into the car for essential information. So this is my instrument cluster. This is the driver perspective of the car. And in here, cool, got me some nice leg room down there. Got me some cool headspace. So basically, the last two gauges that I needed to do was the stack TPM gauge. Where did it go? Down here. So basically, it's gonna go here. It's kind of my mock-up. And so it'll look like that. So it won't be in the way of anything. And then, like I said, you have all your pertinent stuff. I kind of like to have, you know, a actual surface that I can play with, either for wood grain, carbon, whatever elements you want to put in here to give you your texture and your feels, whatever, in a cockpit area. My vent up there. Actually, this wasn't part of a plan. This actually was like a byproduct of a preliminary design, but I think I'm going to use that for air, to be honest with you, in front of you. So that way it cools off the steering wheel, warms up your hands, whatever. But I know I've had past experiences where I've been in cars, touch steering wheel, they're stupid hot. This is suede, so I'm not really tripping about this having a particular temperature issue. But still, your hands can be really hot, either from driving a lot, hitting the canyons or whatever. You can have the air coming over here and keeping your hands cool, keeping the steering wheel cool, so it's less distractions, things of that nature. And then, or warm, like I said. So love that idea, might keep it. Just have to figure out how that opening will play on the air movement and shit like that. And then, of course, probably have some vents on the side. So this is my mock-up for my shifter. My shifter's in place. I moved it around a couple of times. Comfortable for me. Might put it on rails or might have some type of adjustability for drivers that are tall, short, whatever. But I have sat in the seat over here. So yeah, you got to put your feet right here on the side. Not that uncomfortable, but you got more space on this side. So there's trade-offs, and the F1 I'm sure is an issue. So not really concerned about that. This is really about single driver, having some fun. Everything is here. Driver experience, seeing stuff from the front. Got great visibility out there, and a really unique experience. That's the whole point anyway. The square in the center is navigation. This is my mock-up for the AC gauges. So it'll be here, there, or maybe down here. But the gauges that I plan on getting are kind of nice, so I think I do want to have those seen. So they will be there up top. Although I do have that Rover AC that Pagani used for the Zonda already made, red LEDs, nice and trick. And actually, it could fit right here, to be honest. I just have to plug it in there and see what it looks like. But I am eyeing a company that I might want to work with for my AC, and I really like their product, and we might be able to work together. So with that said, that's going to probably change because I'm all about more efficiency and whatever. This is not a replica build, so don't care about the original stuff. But that was the original plan at first, get the main stuff and work outwards, and shit's changed. This is my mock-up for the gauges that I was going to put here. I'm realizing now, actually, after cutting all this out, getting it all super cool, that that's not going to work. Shit like that happens. So I'm going to go with the smaller flat styrofoam, curved to the way I want it to be, and probably give me some CA glue that in place, and that's going to be more efficient for me to use to mock this up and keep it in place and then glass it up, then to use the styrofoam. So after, I don't know, maybe 20-30 minutes and cutting that out and figuring that out, maybe I'll use it for something else. I don't know. So I'll have my stack TPS gauge on this side, a little expensive fucker, but I got me a really good deal on that, so I'm not really tripping. I think that setup is probably, I don't know, 3 G's or something like that. But saved a tremendous amount of money on that. Had to hop on it. Ordered it from the UK. Got my air and fuel mixture on this side, which is very important, so you know what's going on. The only challenge right now is, and it's just the way, it's just me, but that gauge, this gauge dances around, as some of you guys know, with air and fuel. As you accelerate, this is going to be moving, digits going to be changing, 14, 12, 14, 12, whatever. And then you got your boost gauge that's got to go up here too, the LEDs for that as you drive. So not sure where I want to put it, obviously somewhere in the center, but I don't like too much busy shit and things to be off. Like that kind of drives me nuts, but might not have a choice. The only other alternative I had was to put both those two gauges over here, like so, with probably like a AC vent in the center. But then now that's like loaded up over there and not on the other side. So that shit drives me nuts, man. So I like it right here so I can see. If I have two of these on either side of the steering column, like I said, all my gauges are right here in the center, which I like. And so I don't have to be distracted looking away and all that shit. So that's the plan. That's how I want it. Hey, man, my seat goes back. There we go. So, oh, and then I have my LCD that would be up here for the rear view. So I'm liking that. Not sure if I'm going to do a LCD for my side mirrors. I did create a mirror over there, if you guys can see that. I like my design. It looks good from the side, looks good from the back, but I do not like it from the front. Shit, it's funny looking. I know that's the way it's supposed to be. But anyway, it just, I don't know, it doesn't flow. So I got to check some guidelines to find out if, in fact, you can have a camera for a side mirror. I don't know any cars that do, so it might be some rules about that. California could be quirky about shit like that. They just, no, you got to have it, whatever. So I don't know. And if I'm not mistaken, the Wyra had an issue with side mirrors before it came into the U.S. And that was like its last issues. I don't know if they were too big, placed in the wrong place, but clearly there are some rules about side mirrors. So I got to figure that shit out. So I don't want to spend my time designing something or spending money on something and then get down to get it signed off and the shit ain't going to work. But anyway, I have mocked up a lot of pieces for my dash. Just got to start closing the stuff in and making the floor, kick panels and shit like that, and then bleed over to the door. But I got to get back into the door and figure out how I'm going to shim it and whatever. But I got a plan, so don't trip. But that's the next step. Everything else is kind of in place. But once I'm past that, shit, to me, it's like a home stretch. Start working on the wing and side skirts. I think I'm going to do my side skirts over. What else I got? That's kind of it. I don't think I'm going to mess with the tail lights, although I do have a design for different tail lights. But that's it. So anyway, that is the update for now. But I'm happy to now have been able to work myself inside the cockpit in order to finish my goal of getting this car done. I am behind. I didn't do my little party that I had planned on doing a couple of weeks ago, actually about a month ago. That's my buddy Yahtzee. Say hi, Yahtzee. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It's my homie. She kicks it with me. Sometimes she even crawls inside. But that's the homie right there. Good girl, Yahtzee. Anyway, I didn't meet my goal, but it's my agenda. I ain't worried about somebody else's agenda. Oh, my car right. But I am happy, though, to have gotten to this point of having to work with the gauges and whatever. And my door works and that type of shit. And that's it.